Hey guys, it's Karrie, and I'm back with another weekly chat, and I don't know if you guys can hear the rain or not, but it is pouring outside right now. I really wish it wasn't, and the natural lighting is bad today, so I've turned on the lamps in the room. So if the lighting looks different, that's why. I usually just use all natural lighting. I don't have a lighting setup, so it's just the lamps in the room that I've got turned on right now. But anyway, I don't have any notes with me today. I don't have any pieces of paper. I'm rattling around. I went and looked at the notes that I took this week, and I didn't hardly have anything written down, so this is probably going to be a short chat. Maybe, maybe not. Knowing my usual self, it probably won't be. But anyway, I wanted to say something about last week's chat video. If I came across as being a bit whiny, that really wasn't my intent. I don't know if it did seem that way or not. I got to thinking about it later. I'm like, I may have really seemed whiny in that video, and I didn't mean to. I was just sharing my week with you. So regardless of kind of what's going on in my life, if it's something that I feel like sharing at the moment, I will plan on sharing it with you, whether it's good or bad. Sometimes there may be stuff going on that I just don't want to reveal one way or the other. It could be good stuff, it could be bad stuff, and I'm just not in the mood to share it. So, but anyway, that was not my intent to be whiny. It was just I wanted to share what was going on. So I hope that kind of explains my thoughts and feelings from last week's video. Let's see, I went to the eye doctor this week, and the best thing about it, he said my eyes are very healthy. I normally go every 2 years. It isn't necessary for me to go every year according to my doctor, so I really shouldn't have gone this year, except for the one purpose of checking to see if the Restasis eye drops are working, and they are. I'm proud and happy to say they are working. I have really dry eyes, and in addition to the dry eyes, I also have a lot of allergies to nature. Pollen, grass, trees. Well, basically it's the pollen from all the stuff in nature. Dust, let's see what else, dust mites, different stuff like that. Well, excuse me. In addition to irritating my throat and having a lot of other allergy-ish symptoms going on, I get dry, my eyes get even more dry from the allergies that I have. So I already have dry eyes, and then it just aggravates it. So last year was pretty rough with the dry eyes, and he put me on Restasis. So this was my follow-up 1-year visit to see how it was working. And one thing that I didn't even think about until they asked me was that I use the Refresh Optive eye drops. That's what he recommended, my eye doctor recommended that I use. It's just an over-the-counter eye drop that you can get. And I was using it multiple times a day prior to going on Restasis, and then even after I started Restasis, I was using them. Well, they asked me this week, how often are you using your eye drops, the re-wetting or the lubricating eye drops? And I said, you know what, I don't think I'm using it that much. And I started thinking about it this week. I may have only used them once this week, maybe twice. And they were like, oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm not getting choked up over that. I'm just, got other allergy issues going on. You guys don't want to hear about. So, and I said, maybe once or twice this week. And I said, when I went, I said, I know I haven't used them today, and I know I didn't use them yesterday. And so they're like, that is really good, and obviously the Restasis is working. So my doctor looked at my eyes, and he said the eyes look really healthy, they look good. And one other thing they do keep their eye on, sorry for the pun, is that I do have a freckle in my right eye. I was probably born with it. I mean, I'll never know if I was or not, but I've known about it for over 20 years that I've had it. And so they just keep an eye on that and just kind of keep a measurement and just make sure it's not changing in size. And as far as I know, it's never changed in shape or size. It's just like having a mole or a freckle anywhere else on your body. I've got one in my right eye. I don't think it's common, but I don't think it's necessarily uncommon either. I just never heard anybody really talk about it before in my personal life or on YouTube. So if you guys know, if you've ever been diagnosed, or anybody, not diagnosed is probably the wrong word, but ever been said, if you go to the eye doctor and like, hey, you got a freckle in your eye, let me know. I'm just curious, because I know it's got to be more common than I think, but I've never heard anybody tell me they have one before. So by the way, other than that, it was a really good eye appointment. I'm normally petrified of going to the eye doctor. That's a whole nother story. I think I've talked about it on YouTube before. I do really like the eye doctor I have now. It wasn't him that caused my fear of the eye doctor. It was the one before him that caused it. So I really wasn't that nervous about going to the appointment. I went, and they told me I have, with my glasses on, 20/20 vision, so my prescription has not changed, which is good. So I'll just go back a year from now, and they'll do the whole exam then, and I'll get my eyes dilated. And then this coming Monday, I go back to the foot doctor and have a follow-up visit. I may or may not get another shot. I will let you guys know. So far with my foot, I have been so much better than I was the past several months. You cannot even imagine, unless you have plantar fasciitis, you cannot imagine what it feels like to go from extreme pain to zero pain. So over the course of these, it's been maybe 2.5 weeks since I've been, and I still have a little twinge of discomfort, just the teeniest, tiniest amounts here and there. And one thing I did forget to ask the doctor when I was there, is it okay if I walk several miles on the treadmill? I just didn't ask. And so I'm going to ask, if I don't forget, surely I won't forget, is it okay if I do that? And she did say I may get another shot, maybe not, I don't know, but I'm doing really well overall. And I've gotten a couple of pairs of shoes. I mentioned those. I think I've already mentioned those. I've already gotten a couple of pairs of shoes. I did place another order for some shoes that have smaller heels on them. So I'm thinking about doing a shoe haul for shoes that I purchased because of my plantar fasciitis. Is that really strange? It may be. I don't know. I may do a haul on that. Who knows? Just stay tuned. One may be coming sometime later. I pre-film a lot of videos, so other than these chat videos and my Sunday outfits of the day, I have a lot of videos already done, so it may be like October before the shoe haul would go up. And one reason why I pre-film is because I don't want to be without videos going up, because I do put 4 up a week, and I usually just film on Saturday, Sunday sometime, and usually if I do any cooking videos, I do a lot of those on Mondays. It's just the way my schedule works out for me to do those. So the rest of the week I really just do not film whatsoever. I mean, I have, and I feel like I'm just dragging this chat out. That's not necessary, but sometimes I film the rest of the week, but it is extremely rare for me to do that. Let's put it that way. So we'll see how it goes. I'm looking around the room right now. I've got some stuff that needs to be put up on eBay. I did a closet, or I should say a shoe clear out. I pulled a lot of my flat shoes out, and a lot of these shoes I have not worn in a long time anyway, so probably should have already put them on eBay, but I was just keeping them around. They do need to be cleaned up a bit. I'm just kind of, if you see me looking, I'm looking at a pair over there. Since I haven't worn them and I did not keep them in shoe boxes, they have collected quite a bit of dust, and so I want to get that cleaned off and make them look as best as I can. So that is pretty much the plan for today. The eBay story that I told last week about the girl giving me a really hard time with the one blouse that I sold, I have not heard anything as of yet. I checked, I didn't look at the feedback this morning, but I checked last night. There was no feedback on it, so I guess you can say no news is good news. I'm hoping I don't hear any more from her. I would love to get positive feedback. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have positive feedback from her, but if I don't hear from her at all, I will not be saddened in the slightest. And I did sell another thing that I've got to take to the post office today. I'm kind of wanting the rain to die down, but I do want to get it to the post office before they close for the day, because I would like it to be shipped out. I may watch for the mailman that comes by and see if I can hand it to him. I do that sometimes. But anyway, that's pretty much my chat for the week. And the last thing I wanted to say, and I maybe should have started off with this, and I definitely should have mentioned it in last week's video. I was extremely remiss, and that was failure to mention 9/11. And I feel horrible that I didn't say anything about it. I have no excuses, I just didn't mention it, and I feel bad about it. So last Sunday was 9/11. And that means a lot to people who are living in the United States. I'm sure a lot more people around the world knows what that means to somebody that lives in the United States. And it was the 15th year anniversary of that. And I'm like, wow, I can't even believe it's been 15 years. You know, it's one of those moments that I know exactly where I was when it happened. I remember hearing somebody who was watching a TV at that moment and saying, oh my God, and we're like, what is going on? So I am so sorry I did not say anything in last week's chat about that, and please forgive me if anybody was offended that I failed to mention that. I am so sorry. So anyway, I am going to wrap up this chat video. I think I'm looking at the clock. I think I've kept it shorter than normal for a chat video for me. So I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful week. I'm laughing at myself because normally these drone on for a long time. But I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful week. Let me know how your week has been going, and I will check back in with you guys next week, and stay tuned for more videos to come. Thank you guys. Bye everybody.